let's get started with all of our homemade meals for my husband at the crack of dawn. I got ahead of myself. I milked the cows, picked the produce from my organic garden, and grinded up all of the wheat for my bread flour this morning. I'm gonna do my husband's favorite breakfast, which is Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. I always make sure to set up my husband's favorite meal throughout the week. So for today's menu, we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch for breakfast, a grilled cheese for lunch, my husband's all-time favorite, with some pesto and some garlic butter. For dinner, of course, we need a really good source of protein with some organic chicken from our farm. We're doing chicken wings with a homemade buffalo sauce, and of course, we cannot forget the delicious buttermilk ranch dressing. And lastly, to finish off with a great dessert, doing vanilla ice cream with flaky salt and a tad bit of olive oil. So let's get started with my husband's breakfast. I've already gone ahead and harvested my rice. We're gonna put it into this blender so we can make rice flour. I make sure I blend it out really well in my magic bullet. We're gonna do about that much for round one. Going to add 3/4 cup into my bowl, half a cup of whole wheat flour. I do need a 1/4 cup of sugar, so we're gonna add it. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm using avocado oil for this recipe because we had a lot of extra avocados that we pressed, but the recipe does call for canola oil or olive oil. 1/4 cup of water. Now we're mixing everything together. At the very end, you're gonna add a sprinkle of cinnamon. You do this at the end just so that you can have some really cute swirls when you roll it out. So we're gonna sprinkle on here quite a bit and just barely mix it. Now it's time to roll this baby out. So I'm gonna put it between 2 pieces of parchment paper. You just peel off the parchment paper, and lastly we're gonna cut the perfect squares. Here are the perfectly cut squares with the cinnamon swirls. We're gonna put this in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees, and then we're gonna put the heat down to 250 for about 30 minutes to allow the little squares to dry out. So into the oven they go. Done. Seems like the cinnamon. This is rock solid. I'm not lying. Bro, why did it get so fucking hard? Wait, let me try it. Taste this.
2 hours later.
Be honest with you, or?
Yes, be honest. I tried it a little bit right now. Flavors?
I'm gonna chew for an eternity.
Because I do feel it, the little texture.
I'll give this like an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Minus like the texture, but that was not my fault. It was because we couldn't literally not find rice flour. On to lunchtime, my king. What do you want?
Oh wait.
Say grilled cheese.
Oh, grilled cheese.
Alright, got you, my love. Straight after making breakfast, I need to start making our lunch because we're doing a bread recipe that needs to rise for about 2 hours, but I do take about a 5-minute break in between just to cool off a little bit. As you guys can hear, I have the AC going in the back just because I literally was overheating in the kitchen, but it's okay. 5 minutes is just fine. I just go right back to the heat in the kitchen. I'm going to be making my bread now with 1 cup of flour. I'm going to eyeball the yeast, the water, and the salt. I'm just so experienced at this that is sure to work. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I'm doing with this freaking bread. I looked at so many recipes online for this no-knead bread. I couldn't find Nara Smith's recipe. Everybody's doing like 3 cups of flour and she only did 1 cup, but I couldn't find her recipe anywhere. So I just took what everybody else said and made it into 1 cup, and I just eyeballed the salt, the yeast, and the water. I mean, this kind of looks like hers, right? Also, I'm gonna use this heat to my favor because it is so hot. I'm hoping that this will rise in the 2 hours. Fingers crossed. I am feeling like a whole ass baker though, like, cause look at this. We're gonna cover the bread in some plastic wrap.
Are you sure it's supposed to look like it?
Just the process.
Okay.
I'm gonna make some mozzarella cheese. I have a very simple mozzarella cheese recipe where I just add the milk and a little bit of vinegar. Follow along the process and you'll be able to do your own mozzarella cheese for your husband as well. For my mozzarella cheese, I just combined the milk and some vinegar. I proceeded to stir for around 30 seconds until the milk turned into curd. Then I just allowed it to boil for a little bit. While my cheese rests, I'm going to put the butter into my stand mixer. It has to mix for about 10 minutes, and then I'll do my pesto as well. Where the heck do you even get heavy cream from? Milks don't produce this, right? I mean, milks, cows. Like, how do you make heavy cream?
Heavy cream is made by skimming or separating the fattest layer of liquid off the top of whole milk. Is the thick part of the milk that rises to the top due to its high fat content.
I'm using my heavy cream from the fat of the cow's milk. I'm going to put it into my stand mixer. Make some butter. I'm gonna put it on a very low setting at first and let the stand mixer do its thing for about 10 minutes. And we're also going to use the buttermilk for tonight's dinner, which is the ranch. So we're going to use both of the products. There's no wasting in Edith's kitchen. Let's take out the cheese curds. Oh, it's so hot!
Does Nara Smith leave her water on in the sink?
It needs to warm up.
Like a chef right now, huh?
Ow. Seriously, somebody come bring an egg to my forehead because look how oily it is. I am sweating so much. I am no longer this perfect, you know, wife. I'm sweaty and I'm crusty. Napkins to block my face. I'm gonna use my natural face oils use on the bread. It has been 2 hours. Look at this bread. It actually rose so much. It is time to cook it. This actually smells so good. Let's dust our surface with some flour. Now we're gonna put our bread in our Dutch oven. Bread is in the oven and now we're gonna wait about 30 minutes for it to finish cooking. Meanwhile, let's finish our butter and start making our basil pesto. We have the butter in one of our last cheesecloths that we have remaining. I'm gonna take out all of the extra buttermilk. I think because my hands are so warm, I'm literally melting it. I got the plant that we cut this morning from our garden. This is basil. And we're gonna use all of the leaves for our pesto. Can't forget about the oil and the Parmesan cheese. Pesto's done, the cheese is done, the butter is done, and the bread is about to be done. Let's check on it. I'm so excited because it has only taken me like 5 hours. Normally it takes me about 6 to 7, so I'm ahead of schedule today. It is time to assemble. Here is the bread. It should cool down a little bit, but we have no more time. Let's cut into our first slice. I'm so nervous about this. Ah! Let's give it a taste test. This is the best example as to why you should definitely always be patient. Bread was perfectly well, but because I was impatient, I cut into it and now it's become a disaster. Let's assemble with the little scraps that we have. Here are all the ingredients we need. We have the pesto, mozzarella, the butter, and the 2 tiny super squished pieces of bread. I assembled the grilled cheese by spreading the homemade butter with parsley, adding the pesto to 1 slice of the bread, and placing the thinly sliced pieces of mozzarella cheese on top. I placed the other slice of bread on top and I placed it on the pan to grill for around 2 minutes on each side until it reached a crispy consistency. Okay, honey, I know you're hard at work right now, but here is your lunch.
No chips made from scratch?
There's no way.
I don't know if it's because I've been waiting all day. This shit is bomb, baby. So good, baby.
All right, what do you want for dinner, my love?
I want wings.
Coming right up. Last but not least, I'm going to make dinner for my husband. Here are all the chicken wings that I'm going to be seasoning. I'm going to add some black pepper. I love to season heavily. Garlic powder, paprika, and some Lorry's. Mix that in with some mustard. After doing breakfast, lunch, and now being time for dinner, I'm definitely feeling the effects on my body. My energy is way lower. The wings have been in the oven for about 45 minutes now, so I'm gonna take advantage of the last like 10 minutes to make a homemade ranch dip. Oil is back. Somebody bring the egg again, please. I'm gonna add some mayo, sour cream, some buttermilk, a squeeze of lemon, parsley and the chives, of course some salt and some pepper. It is time to feed my hubby dinner.
That looks bomb.
The dinner.
Look at that.
Oh. Plated the wings with a buffalo sauce. Oh, hold on. Got a side of ranch for you, sir.
Dip.
Are you lying?
The flavor's really good.
Finally, it's my turn to do my own taste test of the wings. Here they are. I plated them in this like Nara Smith inspired plate. I didn't add any buffalo sauce to mine, but I did garnish with some parsley. I have some buffalo sauce on the side that I'm gonna dip along with the ranch. I wanted to say that I know a lot of people hate on Nara Smith for cooking all of this every day, and there's a lot of controversy for many reasons, but I did see a video this week of her eczema significantly improving after doing everything from scratch. You guys all know that there is so many pesticides, so many chemicals, like everything that we are ingesting every single day. I know it's not the typical thing that anybody can do every single day, especially with job, kids. This literally took my whole day. I'm exhausted, and props to Nara Smith for being able to do that. It is really nice to know exactly what you're putting into your body, especially because I've heard people feel really good after making everything from scratch. So moving forward, I definitely want to not do everything from scratch, but take some of these things into consideration, like the bread. Also incorporating a little bit of gardening into my life. But anyways, aside from my little rant, let's try these wings. They're getting a little cold, but they're so good. This is my new snack craving that I've been having for the past couple of days, and it's pretty much just vanilla ice cream. So I have ice right here. I'm gonna add some ice cream salt and just heavy cream with vanilla. Shake it all up. Some heavy cream, vanilla extract, good amount. I like it to be like super vanilla-y. 2 of these sugar. Add the salt. We put the small bag into the big bag. Lastly, I bought this really cute mug that had like a little coaster type situation, but I'm gonna use a coaster for the ice cream. Check it for like 10 minutes and then in the freezer for 20 minutes. Here's the scoop of ice cream, and the way Nara Smith does it. Cream and oh no, this is a bad idea to put in here. Let's transfer it to this one. Nara Smith does it is that she drizzles a little bit of olive oil and some flaky salt on top. So actually this is avocado oil. I'm like, why do you need to add extra fat to your ice cream that's already fat? But okay. Add some flaky salt. Now let's try it. I don't feel like the oil does anything to it, but the salt weirdly tastes so good. Now we'll have the coaster, the mug, and this fancy little gold spoon. Perfect way to end the night. Now let's take it to my hubby. His doesn't look as cute, but let's go take it to him anyways. My husband is playing Fortnite, so I obviously have to give him a late night snack. So let's take him this homemade ice cream. Here's your ice cream. It's a little melty.
Did you put olive oil and sea salt?
Yep. Really good, huh? You can continue with your addictions.
We just lost. It's just so good. It's better than the ones that you buy off the store. Can you please make this every single night?
Sure, husband. Whatever my husband wants, I shall give to him. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm literally sick of being in the kitchen, but like I had said, I did like a lot of like making the things from scratch today. I'm for sure gonna make bread from scratch from now on. That was so bomb with the pesto. Anyways, let me know if you guys want to see more cooking videos. Not the whole day though, because oh my gosh, this was so time consuming. I don't know how Nara does. Props to you, because she also has two or three kids and is also pregnant. I don't have kids. I can barely even do this for myself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Like a chef right now, huh?
Oh.
That's
Fucking shit. Oh, weird.
This goes backwards.
Oh my god.
You better leave that in.
That's it.
So we're gonna be doing half a cup of this. At the crack of dawn. Like super, like good, but like unrealistic.
Take that sock off.
Yeah, the one that you threw at me yesterday.